let's talk about gaming. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. If you're somebody that's mad about DEI or women in gaming or the gays or the trans people in gaming, I need you to tell me why. What is your issue? Because some of you people are just, I don't know, stupid, ignorant, don't have an idea of everything that's all the storytelling we have throughout history. Some of you people are just, I don't know. I don't know. Because a lot of it just sounds stupid to me. I'll never forget that I talk about so many different games and that I've played throughout the years. And quite frankly, I I I just don't know with some of you guys anymore. If we didn't have Samus as a woman, if she started like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, people would hate Metroid. When you actually got that Samus was a chick in Metroid, I know social media wasn't around, but it's almost as if like, oh, she's a girl and she's doing this. And it was none the wiser. Games that I told you I played, one of my biggest games that I enjoyed young and even still now that I still actually play. Parasite Eve. That game is literally around a female protagonist, a woman protagonist against a female woman antagonist who's trying to birth the ultimate being. And Parasite Eve 2 is actually gets into even better storytelling. We don't talk about Third Birthday. Um and it's just like, what is your problem? We Tifa. Tifa. Strong woman, protagonist. And yes, she's a protagonist in Final Fantasy VII. I forget the chick's name in Final Fantasy VI, and notice I'm doing on RPGs. What is y'all problem? We've had a history. Is it Ellie? I think it is Ellie. And no, I'm not talking about The Last of Us. I'm talking about Xenogears. Again, another RPG. We've had so many of these games. The Illusion of Gaia, the chickens in there, I forget what both of their names are, the protagonist and and dual antagonist. We have so many of these games where we have strong female leads that aren't damsel in distress. Chrono Trigger, and again, I know I'm naming Square Soft games, Square Soft, not Square Enix, Square Soft games, but I know. We have this rich history of women in gaming that were heroines as well as creators. The chick who was like president at those point and click adventures, something, I forgot her name. But I'm bad with names anyway. it was a thing, and it didn't get to like the Xbox 360 era where it's like it's bad for chicks to be in games. And I don't get how some of these cats just grew up without a lot of. Do they just not have women influences in their lives? Even still, PlayStation 4, Infamous, Second Son. Is it? Oh God, I'm blanking on the neon chick. Fresh or Flash, whatever. Like, these are actual powerful stories in games, and you get so many of these people that are just like, well, no girls allowed. But Susie in there, I said girls, not girl. We can have at least one. Like, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. that I see black people talking about we don't want any DEI in our games. Dog, what is your issue? Some of these cats don't want you playing their games. What is your issue? And I remember going back to a conversation that I was having just about the media in general with a friend of mine who is a quite conservative because they're, religious. And they were saying, well, they're a black woman, and they were saying the reason why they have such an issue is because they never had to learn in their brain. They never had to stretch that muscle in their brain of not putting themselves in other people's shoes, experiencing a different life than what just what they've lived. They had things catered to them, and they had the whole idea of, well, this person is sort of like me, and so I don't have to go far thinking more outside the brain. And this is evident in a lot of the stuff that we see now, a lot of the stories that we see now. And even when it's, maybe a black male protagonist, a lot of those, they don't extrude their blackness. Is, not saying that they be ghetto or something like that, but they can fit within a framework of, well, they can kind of seem white. But again, I'm rambling. Let's get to this video, shall we? Former PlayStation boss wants gamers to boycott the Ghost of Yotei. Now, mind you, one of the craziest things is that the information and the story and the narrative, not information, excuse me, because all this shit is like really made up, but the narrative that a lot of these cats are actually just putting out here. This title seems so stupid. And I'm like, whoa. Somebody who had the success of a company in mind is telling you now not to play that company's. I mean, like, it's not like, they took a game series away from him because, he was shit. Oh, wait, I'm talking about David Jaffe. All right, let's go.
All right, let's get this out of the way right off the bat. No, I don't think Sean Layden, who now works at Tencent Games, is doing some sort of 4D chess move to try to pull one over on Sony and get the upper hand in the game wars. No, I don't really think that's what's happening here, and I'm sure there's going to be some people in the comment section saying that, but no, I think what he said on Twitter might be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen an executive in the video game industry say, ever. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another...
So, this is weird because he's setting it up as if Sean Layden is saying, like, fuck PlayStation, you shouldn't buy their games. But we're going to go of how brain dead this take actually is. Now, I don't know the cat that just popped, this video just popped up on my feed, but the way you hear it, it's almost as if he's just saying, like, Sean Layden is saying, yo, this is bad, yo, you shouldn't do this. But listen what Sean Layden is actually saying.
Another episode of Smash JT. Sean Layden, the former head of Sony Interactive Entertainment, made one of the dumbest comments I think I've seen an executive ever make. A comment that I'll sum up right here, that basically telling people, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
I'm gonna need you guys to actually read this tweet. And here, let me just move the chat just for a second, so you guys can actually see what it says. 1, it's a game, an entertainment, a story of a team of creators believe in. They wanted to make this. It's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. And in fact, why not make a game you want to yourself? Now, this is what all of these anti-DIE or DEI people have been saying, these anti-wokeness people have been saying. This is what they have been literally saying. We don't want this trans character in there. We don't want this gay person in there. We don't want this woman in there. We want this gay person, this person of color in there. This is the same garbage that they have been saying to everybody that wanted to have a different type of character in the game. And yet and still, when it's said to them, they feel entitled to say, well, no, it's not for me. So you need to make it exactly for me because reasons. For reasons. It's weird because the way this man told it, he act like he put the middle finger up. It's like, yeah, I don't like your game. I don't like the fact that you are different in this game. This is literally the same thing that these motherfuckers have been telling people who want some diversity in games have been doing. So the team that wanted to make the story actually did it. They made the game that they wanted to make. And if you have a problem with it, nobody is forcing you to buy it. If you have a problem with, here. I'm going to put it in terms that people like you can actually understand. Not my audience, because my audience is smarter than this. But the people that have this issue with DEI have a problem with. Learn programming. Make your own games. Actually make a story that you feel that has all the straightness and all the whiteness and all the man and then you want to. Do it. Have that fun. Enjoy that game. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. And a lot of these cats say that they don't even like PlayStation. They say PlayStation is too woke. They literally said Spider-Man is too woke. Spider-Man 2 is too woke. Spider-Man. From Marvel. You know, Marvel. Where they literally had so many gay or bi or even non-straight or trans characters in it. Marvel. Who literally said, let's model a group of people after, minorities and see how they get treated. Marvel. Star Wars, which is, the Viet Cong versus the US. Guess who the Empire was? But they're so upset that a girl can pick up a sword. How dare they? A girl can hold a sword? Well, how does she do that all barefoot and pregnant? Marvel or the games. But let's go.
And we've seen time and time again, telling gamers to not buy a game always ends up with them not buying the game.
I don't get it. You don't have to buy a game. Buy a game that you want to buy. You don't have to buy a console. Buy a console that you want to buy. I guess that's why nobody buys Xbox. No one wants an Xbox. It don't matter your services or T-flops. I'm sorry.
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article breaking down Sean Layden saying the really worst thing you could ever say to a community. But in a weird way,
And I love how he actually says it as, this is weird to me because this man is literally complaining that a former boss who actually is in competition with PlayStation is saying don't buy the game if you don't want to. This is weird to me. This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever because you're complaining that somebody says buy the game that you want to buy. That's what you're complaining about. All right, let's go.
Actually benefit him because he doesn't work at Sony anymore, so he doesn't really care if they fail. Earlier this week, during Sony's highly anticipated State of Play event, Sucker Punch revealed Ghost of Yotei, the first sequel to the critically acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima. Rather than continuing the story of Jin, the protagonist of the original game, Ghost of Yotei has taken a leap by jumping centuries into the future and introducing a new heroine, Etsu, a female Ronin who adopts a ghost persona. And while Ghost of Yotei promises some stunning visuals and immersive combat in line with its predecessor, the announcement of Etsu as the lead character has sparked considerable backlash among a lot of people, including especially myself. And if you're interested...
So, here's the thing. First of all, if you don't realize that Sucker Punch will change a protagonist if they want to tell a different story, hello, Cole McGrath. I'm just saying. Like, dude, what? This is Sucker Punch. This is Sucker Punch. What is your problem? And again, they're telling a story. Why are you upset that somebody got a happy ending? I mean, like, I know why you upset that somebody else got a happy ending, because you every time you go to the massage parlor, you be wanting one, but they don't give you one because this is not that type of place, sir. And I don't care how much money you give me, this is not that type of place, sir. I digress. But why do you think that a story can't be done? They had a story, they had a aftermath. And these are the same people that get mad. Oh, the MCU is telling the same story. The story is old. And yet, they're telling a different story the way they want to tell you. And it wasn't any story literally in that trailer. It was, oh, you think that you can come here and live a new life, be a daddy, and start all over. Oh, that's God of War Ragnarok. But it's literally like, oh, yeah, you think you can get away? You think you can be the hunter? Now you about to be hunted. That's all of the story that we got. We didn't get anything else. And you tripping. It wasn't a story trailer. It was, hey, look at these visuals. Look at some of the gameplay. And let me introduce you to this character. And you're flipping out because somebody else's story is over. You're not Jin. They didn't kill you off. They made it where they told a different story. Why are you getting upset about it? Just really, why are you getting upset about it? Again, how did them women be samurai? How is she dual wielding when, she should be all breadfruit and pregnant? This is just like the literal amount of argumentation that they have. The developers decided to do another story. The sequel is another time frame. Do you get mad at this? I'm about to say they do get mad at Assassin's Creed because of that. Let's go.
Interested on that take and you missed it, I'll put it above me here. I already covered it. And yes, I am very concerned about the direction that Sucker Punch is taking this season.
Hold on. Let's see what that is. Let's see what his reaction to that is. Oh, there it goes.
When I say Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time, I'm not talking my top 100 or even top 50, but easily top 25, if not top 10. Ghost of Tsushima is that great, and if you've never played it before, please take some time to get to it. You likely will not regret it. But that's not the issue right now. The problem I'm seeing is something that has me extremely torn on how I'm supposed to feel right now. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. The actress that was hired to play the main protagonist in the follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei, her name is Erika Ishii, an outspoken, queer, genderless, and most important, activist that is pushing an agenda across the entire entertainment.
Oh, he's one of those. We're going to have to do this video later. We're going to do a video later. Oh, he's one of those. Oh. All right, we're going to have to get to that later. Save. We're going to cover that one. We're going to cover that one. Are these people that hurt? Are they that scared that somebody isn't somebody that they want to screw, or that they want to screw other people, that they can't even act in a game? Wait. Do they think that all actors have influences on the games or movies that they act in? Is that is that his issue? Is he being a smiling idiot over stuff? All right, let's finish watching this video. We're gonna get to that one next.
Series. And what I explained in that video, which people already get mad at me for saying that, makes sense to be concerned, judging by what Sucker Punch and the entire game industry has been doing for the past better part of 10 years or so. Many fans of Ghost of Tsushima were very excited about the possibility of continuing Jin's journey, and when the trailer started, that was the first thing I was thinking as well. I was like, oh my god, Ubisoft's gonna be crapping their pants right now. Ghost of Tsushima 2?
So, literally, seriously, it's just about, well, you don't have who I want as the protagonist of your story. And so, yeah, your story is garbage. Like, seriously, that whole, oh, we hate Ubisoft for having what is that new Assassin's Creed? I don't like Ubisoft for like the sexual harassment that they were doing, the damage that they were doing to their employees. You know, I don't like them for that, but you don't like it because they're changing the protagonist in the story that you haven't really seen. I don't that don't work for me. Just on a mechanical level. Just on a mechanical level. That's just like, well, the story, like, does it ruin your game so much that your gaming experience so much, excuse me, that a darker skinned person or a woman may be in it as a protagonist? Does that make the story less powerful? I mean, like, I've played some of these games that they say are woke. God of War, for instance. Never mind that Kratos was a Spartan and we know what they used to do in Greece. But, like, Freya is a strong woman. Like, do you not know mythology? Every person that they had that was a warrior in that game, as far as mythology go, Freya is a Vanir goddess of war and love and sexuality and beauty and magic. Like, she's like the Isis of that pantheon, sorta. More like Isis, Athena, and Hecate put together. But yeah, like, but you mad because she's strong and she wields a sword? Like, I think y'all need to realize oh, she was just a witch in the woods. Yeah, but she wasn't just she. And it's weird to me that you hear these cats just be like, woman in game, DEI, black person in game. They like, what? What? Oh, okay. Let's go.
Jin continuing his story. This is gonna blow doors, and Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to fail miserably. And then you saw the character.
Why do you want to default? Is it you just want to default because black person and woman? Seriously? Oh, now we about to have a male, still not white protagonist, but it's still better than the black man and the woman. What? What? All right, let's go.
Get unveiled, and the excitement left the room. It was a sharp pivot to go to a female activist, and it's not sitting well with a very vocal.
What makes it? What in this trailer is a female activist? She's walking around with swords and riding on horseback. What part of the story did you even hear? What is your issue?
segment of the gaming community. We've argued that the shift represents a growing trend of pushing identity politics into beloved franchises at the expense of continuity and storytelling. As expected, the discussion around the game has quickly gained traction on social media, with some users voicing their frustration over the direction the sequel is taking, and which direction, more importantly, it's not. And there's very strong opinions on both sides of this fence. And I can see and understand both sides of it. Because when I looked at this...
So, explain to me the side where there's like, it doesn't matter. Explain to me that side. Maybe I'll get to it in this video. But let's go.
Initially, I was open to it. I'm like, all right, girl boss mode, whatever. I can look past it being a girl if it makes sense in the context of the story and it doesn't feel shoehorned in and doesn't feel...
We don't even have what the story is yet. We just have a samurai, a Ronin samurai. That's all we have. You know, women were samurais, right? You understand that, right? There were women samurais. There were women warriors. You know, it doesn't take a penis to pick up a sword and know how to swing it.
Feel forced, but then the more you find out about Sucker Punch, the people working there, and then how this main protagonist is an activist, and you start to wonder, how did they get to doing this and what was the decision making behind it? And Demian made a tweet that I actually challenged initially and brought up in my original video covering this.
Wait, Demian. I know I peaked in high school. That was 20 years ago, but you know, I peaked a little bit after high school, but you know, I still had a life. I still enjoyed the friendship of the people I want to enjoy. Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior because of course it does. They can't help themselves until every franchise was built on masculinity is placed by a woman. Ghost of Yotei is hopefully a smaller spin-off game, but if this is a true sequel, this is the new main character over Jin Sake. Fuck that. Wait, what? If they're doing games where they jumping hundreds of years into a future, you may not know, they may actually get whoever that dude was for Orochi Kenshin. You don't know that. All you know is that they changed the protagonist and went hundreds of years in the future. Why are these people so triggered? What do you think that they're going to be doing in the game in between missions? That's not a sword wound. It's just that type of month. Like, what do you think that they're doing? Hold on. I can't sword fight. I can't sword duel you right now. You know, I have to go pick up the baby. Like, what? I don't get why they're so triggered about this. If they were doing, and don't get me started of the whole, wait, I need to stop fighting because I need to make sure this chest armor goes to my leg armor. Like, they already do that. Like, the drip of games. What is it that triggers you so much? Is it because you don't like women? That's what it is. You don't like women. It's okay. You like men. That's fine. Like, is it, you don't want to see a woman on screen. How dare you show me a woman on screen? I don't get it. And again, I don't like Sucker Punch, mostly because they dropped Infamous, and I understand that people feel that way because they dropped Sly Cooper. But I joke by saying I don't like it, but like, seriously, bring back Cole McGrath. Bring him back. And before you actually say something about, oh yeah, he was masculine and manly, like, no, real Cole McGrath wasn't this big macho guy. He was a bike carrier, and when it came to like helping people in the good version, he did. When it came to like being evil, he still was like, you know, he was rated E, not for electricity, but E for everyone, because everyone got the hands. Oh, but no, seriously, what is that? What is they tripping about? But because I'm not hearing a good argument. I'm not hearing a good. Oh, this actress, like, and they're not the author. They're not the creative director of the game. Why? Like, and you said it. Like, seriously, Sucker Punch has been doing woke stuff since before. All right, let's go.
where he said Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior because of course it does. They can't help themselves until every franchise that was built on masculinity is replaced by women. Ghost of Yotei is hopefully a smaller spin-off game, but if this is the true sequel and this is the new main character over Jin Sakai, F that. So sick of the forced girl boss narrative, man. And like I said, I challenged that. I was like, whoa, man, I think you're jumping a little too quick into this because we don't know enough information. It was just a trailer, and maybe it makes sense in the story arc, and maybe this is before I understood the future time frame and stuff. I'm like, maybe Jin will appear, and maybe stuff will happen in the game where it makes sense, and our concerns are quelled, and we can move forward and be fine with it. I wouldn't just start throwing knives immediately, being mad at the Sucker Punch, because I trusted them. I didn't feel like they'd steer us wrong, and I felt like they earned us to respect what they were doing with the sequel, whatever they wanted to do with it. But after more information came out, I ended up joining Endymion's side pretty much immediately.
Oh, it was just beneficial for you to get likes and clicks. That's what it is. Oh, okay. Because it gives you likes and clicks from these losers who think that because somebody else is in the story and somebody that they can't fantasize screwing or being, then DEI. Let's go.
To which Mighty Keith, who is not the biggest fan of our side of things, said, "Man, what an absolute loser." And Sean Layden responded underneath that saying, 1, it's a game and entertainment, a story a team of creators believes in. They want to make this. And 2, it's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, why not make the game you want yourself? Which is the worst thing you could possibly say to...
Wait, what? Oh, no. Seriously? That's what triggered you? That's the context of what triggered you? That's the context of what triggered you. At first, when I was like, yo, this is still a stupid response. What triggered you is somebody saying, you don't have to buy the game if you don't want to. You turned it into, oh, no. They told me not to buy games. Do you dress yourself? Let me see something. Because maybe. No, he has 64,000 subscribers. I don't think that's enough to live off of YouTube. So you have to actually work a job interacting. Like, maybe if that is like, man, yo, I need to actually get to 64,000 subscribers, 65,000 subscribers, because yo, this man acts as if he's never worked with people before. Maybe that's it. But when somebody tells you, hey, it's your choice to buy it or not, vote with your wallet, what they always say, it's a personal insult. How? Oh, okay. All right, let's go. I really started thinking that this is for clout. A lot of this seems like it's for clout, but let's go.
To a gamer. Because here's the thing. Okay, 1, I'm not a developer, nor do I plan to be one, nor do I try to pretend to be one. I understand how much work and effort and basically your life has to revolve around that. And I have a lot of respect, as much as I knock developers all the time, I have a lot of respect for the developers that actually put their passion into the work without injecting politics and agendas into their games and their ideologies. If you're...
No, you want politics in the game. You just want your particular politics of the game or what makes you money. Quite literally. What, again, explain to me. Who does this hurt? What political agenda have you seen of the story that they're pushing? This is just outrage bait for the losers, the soy boy losers that are upset that they don't have what I can assume is a digital penis. So I'm mad. All right, let's go.
you're a good developer, and there are a lot of good ones out there that go unnoticed all the time, I have nothing but respect for you because I understand. I've been in the game industry. I did QA testing, game master. I worked in recruiting. I've done a lot of things in the game industry. I've seen developers, and I don't want to do that. So telling gamers to just pick up a computer and start typing away and coding in C++ and become a developer and make your own game, it's very short-sighted because...
But again, this is the stuff they were telling people who you find as DEI. They were saying this for so long, and when they get into these games, when they make these games, you throw a hissy fit about it. I don't get it. It's just weird to me. It just sounds like you're mad that these games are being created and with black people or women or people that's not straight. Just say that. Just say, hey, I don't want these games created. Then we can actually address that part. But the first thing, they're making an agenda. No, they're just making games that people want to play. What is your issue? Forced diversity. Nobody's forcing anything down. They're not forcing it down your throat as much as you probably would like something forced down your throat. Long, 8 to 10 inches, a little bit, chocolate covered. No Diddy. Let's go.
Gamers are gamers. Not all gamers want to be developers. Some gamers just love the games they play. And telling them to do it yourself? I don't go to a restaurant and eat really bad food and then say to the chef, hey, that's not good. I think you need to hire...
Wrong analogy. Wrong analogy because it just lets you know the flaw in your analogy. If you have an issue with the way a restaurant cooks your food, you know what you can actually do? Go home and cook your own food. But that's not what it is. You want to be catered to. You want to be served. And I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. This is literally game creation tools that are prevalent right now are super easy. That's why Steam is a thing. Steam literally has crap games for bottom basement prices. Go ahead, make you a game. Get laughed off the internet by making a terrible game or a Steam asset flip game or Unity asset flip game. Go ahead. That's what you were telling all these other people to do that have the diversity, equity, and inclusion in games. But you don't want to do that. You just want to make sure that these people don't exist. Because they're in your clubhouse. How dare they be in games? But let's continue.
Better chefs, and they say, oh, why don't you just become a chef and create better food? It's like, no, I don't have time to do that, but I do like delicious food, and I like going to restaurants.
No, you can learn how to cook. It's really, really easy to learn how to cook. Very easy. But, probably somebody whose mommy cooked and cleaned for them and stuff like that. And I'm not going to be as debased and just easy insults like that. But again, this analogy falls apart when you're saying, they said not to buy their games if you don't want to. Okay. Yeah, and but I deserve all the games. I deserve all the games to be centered to what I want them to be. No, you don't. They're creatives. They made the game that they wanted to make. But that's not what I wanted them to do. Okay, have a problem with that? Go take a long walk off a short pier. They made the games that they want to make. But let's continue.
So I'm not going to go to this restaurant anymore. While Layden's response was definitely intended to defend the creative decisions of the development team, it definitely has not resonated well for the majority of gamers out there.
Because alone the majority of the games out there are entitled little bastards and crybabies. Oh, this game that took hundreds of thousands of hours to create, I want it for free. Oh, this piece of equipment that costs so much development time, so many resources. No, it should be like $5. Yes, gamers are entitled. I am one of them. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to knock somebody for their creative work if it's something that they wanted to do. Now, if it's something that's disgusting, yeah, of course, active harm against certain people, that's a problem. But just something that I don't like, I'm just not gonna buy the game. I don't want to go out here and just start smashing, you know, Xboxes because how dare they make such a trash console that doesn't even do anything to expand gaming, just lines their pockets for a subscription service that causes the detriment of gaming because subscription services don't have money put into them like they need to. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go out with baseball bats and chainsaws and go destroying Xboxes. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just like, it's not for me, and I'm gonna keep on moving. I'm not gonna go out and be like, oh, let me break switches because I was a fan of the Vita and I have two Vitas because one broke, and like, oh, let me go destroy switches because they're more successful. No, I'm like, that's for you and not for me, and keep it moving. But so many of these people are just like, oh, how dare this other thing exist that I don't like. I want to spend my money the way I want to spend it. And that just means you need to cater to me exclusively and not anybody else. This is weird. Well, let's go.
Mishima said, "Yep, prepare for disappointment. You will come back later crawling to beg for forgiveness by telling us you will cast back Jin as a protagonist. But that time it will be too late."
Now, I know you guys probably can't see this, but this man's avatar is quote unquote a Astrobot type. Like, I guess it's the Ryu Astrobot. But it looks like they've extended his legs to morph it from what originally the little Astrobots that's in the game Astrobot looks like. How insecure do you have to be to even do this for a character in a game, not even a character like in a game, that you have to show I'm tall and I'm strong, and that's not even what the character actually represents. But let's read this. Yeah, prepare for disappointment. You will come back later crawling to beg for forgiveness by telling us you will cast back Jin as the protagonist, but that time will be too late. Oh, that's not how that works. Oh my god. What if they finish Jin's story? I don't think you get that. You literally can finish a character story and be done with it. Wow, these people are stupid. Let's go.
See you crying soon. Anti-Commie Gamer said, "I will prepare for 2025 for sure, but not for this game. You guys continue to choose intersectionality religion over your fans and customers. You continue to show you hate white males and man in general. We will no longer accept this destructive and dangerous ideology. Boycott." And
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. What? What? Oh my god. What? I don't get it. Oh, we choose a different story. The character that we had, we gave them a happy ending. No, no, no. You hate men. Hate white men. I want to tell you guys, it's not just white men that play video games. I know, weird, shocking, shock Pikachu face. Like the fuck. Okay, all right, let's go. Oh wow.
includes a screenshot of a lot of the things that I've been...
Wait, Ratchet is still in the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. He's still in there. Wait, The Last of Us is a continuation. It was always actually Ellie's story. That what? You don't get. Okay. Wow, this is weird. And I haven't played The Last of Us, but I know it was always Ellie's story. But let's go.
referencing and concerned about when it comes to the person they cast to be the main protagonist and the overall direction of gaming in general over the past decade or so. Saying "don't buy it" feels dismissive and completely out of touch with the concerns of the community, and it suggests that criticism of creative direction...
Wait, you don't have to buy a game that you don't want. It's not... You don't have to swear fealty to a game series, a console, or a concept if you don't want to. That's not a thing. You have to. Okay.
Is irrelevant. And this points to a much bigger problem in the game industry right now, where everyone's so flippantly dismissive of criticism. Gamers aren't always angry. Gamers are passionate. We love our games. Like I said in my original take on this, Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time. And to see this happen to it, I'm just kind of like, ugh. Are we really letting ideologies take over the forefront of incredible game experiences?
This man is acting like we got the story about how the women want to destroy, 17th century Japan. We don't know the story. Oh my God. These people are so insecure. They're so insecure with what they see and they don't just know anything. How? All right, let's go.
Again, not saying that a girl being the main protagonist couldn't work. I'm just saying it kind of feels shoehorned in based off of everything we're seeing. And no, that.
What does the story tell you? Wait, what? This is weird, man. What is the story telling you? We don't have a story. We just have a Western vibe. We have, oh, you think you a hunter? Now you being hunted? What is the story telling you, dog? What is the story? This is what? 3 days after. I'm recording this about what? 3 days after that trailer dropped. And we don't know dick all about the story. All you know is girl. Wow. Is this the extent of their... I know I deal mostly in politics on this channel. I know I do. But this is even dumb for politics. Girl, mad. Okay, let's go.
That doesn't make me a bigot. That makes me a realist, looking at the facts in the situation and understanding everything that's going into the creation.
No, I think you're a grifter. I think you're making this thing just because you want to click the algorithms. But let's go.
The game and saying, yeah, I'm not down with this. The reaction from the entire game community from Sean Layton's response highlights a very significant challenge that Ghost of Yotei is going to be facing in 2025. When fans of this established franchise feel overlooked or dismissed, it's going to create a lasting rift. And we've seen it before. It's not the first time. Last of Us Part 2, Mass Effect, Andromeda. Like, there are...
The Last of Us Part 2 so great. Mass Effect, Andromeda? And I remember I was talking about this and I couldn't remember the game. Yeah, it was crap. And it wasn't because you can be a female shepherd in like at least 2 of the first 3 games. It was just that it was just crap. It was put together poorly. We know this. But The Last of Us Part 2, let's see this. They sold 10 million copies. 10 million copies is good. What? What? Yeah, sure, whatever. Like, this is weird.
Countless examples where a game series goes completely woke and turns off an entire giant portion of the game community because they're not down with that. And we see it happening time and time again, example after example. We keep saying stop doing this, and you keep doing this. It's not going to end well. It just doesn't. So you can call gamers bigots all you want and say that they're the problem and point to them as being awful people. But at the end of the day, your sales are going to suffer. And the realization is you should have done what gamers wanted in the first place. Anyways.
Gamers want everything for free and be top notch. Let's just be real. Gamers want everything for free and be top notch. That's not going to happen.
I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information on this wild tweet from the former head of Sony Interactive, it blew my mind when I saw that. That is crazy. Coming down.
No, you got put in your place, and that's the problem. And that's what the problem with so many of these other people are. They, you didn't 100% cater to me. It's a problem. My small penis is hurting now. It's weird. They see every change, every like, oh, maybe we shouldn't put that in the game as DEI, censorship, you hurt my feelings. Like, it's weird. It's weird. All right, so I don't know. Like, this is weird. I don't get it. I have to tell you guys, like, I didn't hear any reason why it's a bad thing other than they didn't tell the story that I wanted them to tell. I know. Just weird. I don't get it. It just breaks me because if you knew what the story was, then like, yeah, no, cool, great. But no, it's just really, really weird. And I don't know yet. I don't know. Anyway, it goes. We're gonna wrap this one up, and yeah, no. Thank you for watching this clip. If we're sticking around and streaming, we're gonna do like cut this video segment here, but like, share, and subscribe, and all the other good shit. Thanks. I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Join the Guardians, become a member, or become a subscriber on YouTube, Patreon, and help support the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.